Go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 6 of Think You Know Ball. I'm John, joined as always by Steve.
What's up?
And Stevie G.
You.
And tonight we've got a special guest with us, none other than Chris Bonner.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
There he is.
I'm the first
Welcome.
guest ever.
He's
on
the
this
first.
pod.
You're the first guest ever.
Second. That little rat Zach.
He wasn't a guest. He
Zach
was a
was on
sub.
here?
All right, yeah, Zach. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
a sub in a lot of ways.
You're the
brother.
first four-man. You're the first
So,
four-man.
We've got a packed show tonight. We'll break down some of the biggest moves from NFL free agency and what the Eagles have done and haven't done so far. Plus, we'll touch on the Phillies and Jesus Luzardo signing. Then we'll talk about Bam Adebayo's historic 83-point game, run through a rapid-fire buy or sell, and introduce a new segment called Think You Know Sobriety. I named that. Where Stevie G, and Chris will share some of their experiences and perspectives. And of course, we'll close things out with hot takes.
Hot takes.
Before we get started, make sure you guys check out the other shows on the network and give them a follow as well. Guys, this is a show. This is Think You Know Ball. But listen, where's my camera? Is this my camera?
Yeah. It's a teleprompter, babe.
I'm looking at myself. So listen, the important thing here is we're a network. So there's 2 other shows on this network. First, we have 8-Bit Beef. It's Terry, it's Derek, it's everything you like. They're playing old school 8-bit video games, 15-minute watch, quick watch, just chalking it up. Those 2 being awesome. And then we have the Muscle Geeks podcast where it's me, Terry, and of course, Derek. And Terry's currently on an adventure to stop Derek from his evil ways of becoming handsome and destroying the earth. So be on the lookout for that, all right? I skipped everything, so make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe.
Yeah, you went totally out of order.
Yeah, I screwed everything up.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, though. It helps us out a lot. Honestly, it really does. I'm going off script here. And make sure to tune in each and every week. And let's get started with Think You Know Ball, boys. So topic 1, NFL free agency. So with the NFL free agency opening earlier this week, teams were quick to make some moves and spend some money. Some notable signings that happened this week include the Carolina Panthers signed edge rusher Jaelan Phillips to a 4-year, $92 million contract to boost their pass rush. The Colts re-signed Alec Pierce to a 4-year, $64 million deal and trade wide receiver Michael Pittman to the Steelers for draft capital. Cornerback Coby Bryant leaves Seattle and signs with the Chicago Bears on a 3-year, $36 million contract to strengthen their secondary. Mike Evans leaves Tampa Bay. Good for him, dude. And signs with the San Francisco 49ers on a 2-year, $48 million deal to give Brock Purdy another elite weapon. We're fucked. Travis Etienne? Etienne, yes. I'm the least knowledgeable. Leaves Jacksonville and signs with the New Orleans Saints on a 3-year, $33 million contract to become their lead running back. But the biggest news of the week, we'll get back. We'll start with this first. So let's start with this first. Guys, we'll start with Stevie the G. Any of these things stand out to you? Is there any specific one that you zero in on that you're like, it's putting the team over?
No, I wouldn't say I would zero in on one of them. They're all pretty big moves within the league.
Yeah.
By the way, you did a great job, John, by the way.
Thanks, dude. I'm all hopped up on caffeine and love.
But dude, there's a lot to talk about there. I mean, you got Alec Pierce going. Were the Colts a fraud? Does that drop the Colts back down, dude?
I think them getting rid of Michael Pittman was crazy, but I guess we'll see.
I mean, it's a terrible move.
Yeah, I mean that threw me off. It's like as soon as they signed him, they made the trade to the Steelers, and I don't know why they would do that.
And then you got the Saints, Alvin Kamara. I mean, what are they going to do with him? He still was pretty damn good last year. So now you got to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Saints investing that much money in a running back when your team's that bad, like running back, the most interchangeable position in football now. At least, like, you can grab guys 5th, 6th rounds coming from, like, schools that no one's heard of, and you plug them in, and these guys are just, like, playing back for 3-4 years, then you can replace them with another guy. Unless it's a guy like Saquon, someone like that, who's generational talent. But, like, giving a guy like Etienne $33 million, like, I don't know. I think
It's definitely an odd move.
it's a dumb move.
Especially when you have bigger holes to fill.
Yeah,
right?
like-
Who's their quarterback?
Exactly.
It was Rattler, and he went like 0 and whatever, and then they put in that fucking rookie who actually killed it this year.
So maybe
did
what they're
good
doing
for the
is
year.
they're taking the pressure off of the quarterback by loading up the running back gallery.
Maybe.
know?
But then what? You have those 2 number 1 running backs. I mean, Alvin Kamara, I think he's definitely lost a step or two. But what? And then you have the receiver, Olave.
You got Olave. Yeah, I mean,
But you get rid of Snead last year, so it's like, who else are you throwing the ball to? Are you even sold on the guy that's throwing the ball? You lost your defensive guy. What was his name? Janarius Davis or whatever. Longtime Saints dude. He went to
Demario Davis.
Yeah, Demario Davis. Like,
yeah,
you just
solid
have
linebacker.
that big locker room guy, community guy, and it's just like you have so many holes to fill to go out there and just get like a tier 2 back in Etienne.
Yeah.
That's your move.
That was
a lot of-
Terry's guy last year, right? In fantasy football.
Well,
Easy?
listen,
Snagged him early.
anyone on Terry's team in fantasy football is not a great player.
Like we all know.
Pick for
That's
Terry.
not. That's not it.
Terry was drafting guys in the 150s on ESPN rankings in the 3rd round.
Listen, Terry already.
Terry,
said
what
he was
place
there
did
for
you
the
come in?
wings.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with just having, all the guys who are benched on your starting lineup the entire season. There's nothing wrong with that.
But
Yeah.
he didn't finish last. Isn't that
It
wild?
made our other teams better by Terry being in the draft.
I actually might have had the worst team in the whole league.
Which is crazy because I remember leaving there thinking like, this guy's gonna be a problem.
I had the fucking
drafted-
Burrow Chase connection,
Yeah,
which
you had a
got
good,
dismantled by week 2
Yeah,
Who
you
won?
or week 3.
I can't remember. I'm getting old.
Mhm.
Who won?
We're gonna
I
find out
Did-
who knows ball.
Was it me?
This year
Did
when
you
I'm
win this
coming
year?
into
The
it.
Sauce
you're-
Goblins?
Yeah.
You're not a problem. It's the Sauce Goblins, baby. All right.
Anyway,
so listen.
no. Don't move on yet. You got Jaelan Phillips.
Oh, please. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Jaelan Phillips.
Stop.
Huge signing.
I want to.
He got paid, bro.
Yeah.
He got paid.
I'm not paying him that. What?
I don't think the Eagles would, but
80 mil guaranteed? No way. Nope.
Dude, which is crazy for a guy that has 6 sacks over the last 3 years.
And
Can't stay healthy.
Yeah, can't stay healthy. Stop.
Dude, he
Nope.
could never stay healthy. When he was at Miami in college, he wasn't healthy. When
Yeah.
he was with the Dolphins, he wasn't healthy.
He's like a freak. Like he had potential to be like one of those.
I love him. I
Yeah.
wish we could have signed him, but for $30 million, like no fucking way.
For
dude, you're
80 million.
crazy.
80 million guaranteed?
Right.
No way.
30 he wanted 30 a year though.
Mm-mm.
Like that there's no way, dude.
I wanted him back for sure. He did great once he came onto the team. At that point, it kind of like transformed the defense in my eyes. We went from like 26.
We have no edge
fifth or
rushing
some shit.
right now.
Yeah,
We'll
no
get there.
edge rushers
We'll
now.
get there.
But he got paid. That there was no way the Eagles were gonna sign him for that much money and give him that much that many years on a contract.
Nah.
Sorry, guys. E Money Bentley is in the chat saying "Go Birds" with
Go
a bunch of
Birds.
eagle heads.
Go Birds.
Thank
E-Money,
you,
I
E
love
Money
Go
Bentley,
Birds.
for being in the chat, man. First time. Listen, speaking of defensive ends and edge rushers, the Baltimore Ravens back out of trading for Max Crosby. They originally traded for him, sending the LA Raiders 2 first-round picks, but after a physical, the organization decided to back out due to concerning health findings. Shortly after backing out, they decided to sign free agent Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $110 million deal. So, Stephen Brown, thoughts?
I mean, they fucked up. I think they fucked up.
Who?
The Ravens.
No.
Dude, he just had surgery 8 weeks ago. He just got off crutches last week. Like, of course, his knee isn't like, what's it supposed to look like? And obviously, like, when they brought in the surgeon who did it, obviously he's not going to say anything went wrong. However, I trust the surgeon to be like, yo, it was more banged up than we thought. Maybe he says something like that, but I'm sure the surgery went successful. I believe that he's on track. And I know they brought in an outside doctor, and I guess like the Cowboys doctor, I guess who's world renowned,
Mhm.
and those were the ones who really pushed it on the Ravens organization. Like, I'd probably stay away. So then they, like revoked the trade or denied it. But
You don't
then-
think that there's multiple doctors looking at an X-ray saying like, I wouldn't take this guy, and you're thinking that that Baltimore's still fucked up?
yeah, I think I think, yeah, because it wasn't that serious of a knee injury. So I
It
think
must have been pretty serious if multiple doctors.
I don't think so. No, I mean, again, he had surgery 8 weeks ago. Like, so what does that look like? It probably looked exactly how it's supposed to, like a pile of shit. The dude just got off crutches a week ago, but he's still trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right? Like, again, I think with the injury, if I remember correctly, wasn't that serious because he didn't want to get surgery. Like, he wanted to finish the rest of the season, the 2 or 3 games that were left. So clearly it's not that bad if he was like, yo, I'm good to go. But because it's Max Crosby, he's your franchise guy or whatever, they're like, nah, we're not making the playoffs. Let's shut him down.
Yeah.
But him being a competitor was like, yo, I want to play. Come on, man. I think.
Nah, they fucked up. There was definitely something else going on with that. I don't think it had to do with his knee. I think they're covering something up. Something weird happened because I don't know if they thought they overpaid because I think they overpaid for him. But something else is going on weird.
Apparently, the Ravens are notorious for this, though. I read something that the last few years, this owner has done trades and then pending, because every trade, like before the season starts, is always pending a physical. And then he's backed out of like trades, smaller trades, nothing as like the Max Crosby giving up 2 firsts. So I think maybe, when he didn't like what he heard from the doctor.
I mean, if you're gonna put that much money into a player, you're investing in something. You don't make bad investments. They must know something we don't. Chris Bonner, 2 questions. First off, what's your take? Second off, would BPC and TB 500 make this thing go away?
I think it would. That'll pretty much take the pain away from anything.
It would heal that.
Quick boom, you're good to go.
Todd City.
BPC TB 500, swear by it. My take.
What is that?
Oh,
What are
they're
you guys talking
think you know
Tell me what-
peptides?
Think you know tides? Yeah. All right. So
I do
my,
not know
my
tides.
take on the
Little
whole
pep in
Crosby
your step.
situation. First of all, let me just say, I've been a huge Max Crosby fan since the guy came in the league. Dude's like hardest worker, playing for a like that dude was meant to be a Raider. Like if anybody was to play in like the silver and black. I think the dude past couple years has dealt with injuries. He had an ankle the year before. He had the knee. Guy that he won't sit out again. Like they'll make him sit out. Like that dude wants to play through anything. I think it's concerning. Deal's done. Guy goes in, fails a physical. You don't hear of that much. So I think it's something deeper that we don't know about. Now the flip side of that is they went and got Trey Hendrickson, 4 years, 110. I don't think that's a guy that people talk about enough, having played in Cincy, like kind of a smaller market team. But Trey Hendrickson, he was hurt last year, but the 2 years before that, dude was he was one of the best, if not the best defensive end in the league. He had 17.5 sacks 2 years in a row in 23 and 24.
I was going to ask that. So how much of if it is a downgrade, how much is a downgrade is it?
It's a significant. You're talking a tier 1 to like a tier 2.
Dude,
I said he was the best
I
in the
think
league.
Trey
Dude.
Hendrickson's a tier 1.
You think
tier 1.
Trey Hendrickson's best in the league.
I don't think he's best in the league. I think he's a tier 1. There's
You didn't hear him say it?
There's no doubt Myles Garrett is the best football player in the NFL right now.
Sure.
Yeah, like that dude, double team. I mean, think about it. The shitty team he's on, he faces doubles all day. Dude still broke the record last year. That dude, without a doubt, best defensive end in football. I think Crosby's not far behind, but like numbers-wise, he's not putting up the same sack numbers as Hendrickson. Hasn't. I think he could, but also same thing.
I think it's opposite. I think Crosby's got more.
Now, Terry, can we get a stat check?
Oh, it's called a goog. Give it a goog.
Terry, give it a
Just
goog.
pull up.
I want to see the Trey Hendrickson stats compared to Crosby stats.
I got Crosby. I got Crosby stats, but before I say it, I want to see what.
What, you know him like Rain Man?
Yeah.
This one.
I think
tell you what, dude.
Hendrickson
You got the
is, like,
glasses
second
on
in
tonight.
the
You're
NF
smart. You're
I
smart
think
tonight,
Hendrickson
bro.
had the second most sacks in the NFL the last 2 years.
Henderson was totaled 79 sacks, which is 10 more. Yeah, he's got like 68.5.
Yeah, so they're pretty. And Crosby was hurt.
But how long has he been in here?
Hendrickson's been in the league since 2016. This is since 2019.
So Crosby has been in the league going in his 8th year. He's younger and has 10 less sacks. Come on, man.
I think they're both top tier edge rushers.
It seems like a
since
trade-off.
2019. So since the same time frame, Hendrickson has more sacks than Crosby.
Okay.
Regardless, something
Right there,
weird
zoomed it in.
with this.
Agreed.
Thanks, guys.
100%.
Anyway, then I also heard with the Ravens, the reason why they were so quick on Hendrickson is because they were going for both.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't.
They were
know
going
that.
for
And
both.
Ooh.
Hendrickson wasn't a backup plan. They were going for both. That's why, like, they were waiting so long Like, because you didn't hear anything about Trey Hendrickson. It's like, yo, how has no one signed this guy?
Sure,
yet?
yeah,
And it was because they had a deal, but they were like, we don't want to say anything until, pending the physical and blah, blah, blah. And
Could you imagine getting both of those guys
that would be
on that defense with Kyle
Nasty.
Hamilton? I mean,
But then not to like switch gears, but it's also too with the Ravens, right? Are they better? I guess, but like defense was never a concern with the Ravens, right? Like,
Are the Ravens down in the playoffs?
They've been in the playoffs.
yeah, I mean,
Are they going? Are
they're
they
no
winning?
better, no worse?
They're not winning the division.
Division. No, I'll give them the division for sure.
I think
Why not?
Baltimore
Why not?
should win that division next year.
And this is
Now,
just
they didn't
where we're at
win the
right
division
now.
last year. The Steelers won that division. Am I right?
Them
They
with
ain't
Trey
winning the division.
Hendrickson.
yeah, because you had the young gun out there just whipping it. You know what I'm saying?
As of today,
Right.
Ravens with Trey Hendrickson or
You
even
had that
Max
young gun
Crosby.
Aaron Rodgers out there
Oh,
just
yeah,
fucking
dude.
doing shrooms and throwing the ball, dude.
Fucking drinking ayahuasca before the game, going out there, fucking 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Does the price for Max Crosby go down now?
Absolutely.
It has to.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't get rid of him for like a carton of Marlboro Reds.
Well,
dude.
now
What are you
what? Well,
talking
now
about?
Oakland. Now LA's saying that, that they're good. They're going to keep him.
They're going to keep him? They signed all those
Apparently.
people. They got enough
Apparently.
money?
We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
I mean, it was a trade, so he was still under contract.
All right, guys, enough talking about them. Let's talk about our homeboys. So the Eagles free agent signings. The Eagles and Howie Roseman were pretty quiet during the first few days of free agency, losing more players than they brought in. Philadelphia lost linebacker Coby Dean to the Raiders, safety Reed Blankenship to the Texans, and wide receiver Jahan Dotson to the Falcons. The Eagles' one notable addition so far was cornerback Reek Woolen. Did I get that right? All right.
Mhm.
Who comes over from Seattle on a one-year deal worth up to $15 million. So, fellas, Chris Bonner, I'll start with you. What are you taking? What do you think the Eagles are up to? You think this is some Howie magic, or we're
Look,
just laying it
If
low?
there's anybody that I trust in Philadelphia right now,
Yeah,
it's Howard Roseman.
I bow at the throne of Howie Roseman.
I do as well. And as much as I gave him shit for the draft picks and some of the moves over the years, the guy's won us 2 Super Bowls and continues to put together championship roster every year. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to doubt anything that he does. I think some of those guys, like we talked about Jaelan Phillips had to go. You weren't going to pay him. I liked him when he was here. Tough to see him leave. It is what it is. Blankenship, I think, same thing. Guy was a good player when he was here. He produced, won us a championship.
One half of the amazing whites.
Right. Guy's replaceable, dude. Slow white safety. Come on. Like, you can replace that.
Dude, and honestly, you get in the corner. So, like, you have 2-3 solid corners. You're making whatever safety comes in, their job's going to be pretty easy because you have a
100%.
solid secondary
And-
already. And you have, you're solid at linebacker. You're solid interior, but, I mean, you still need to address defensive end.
How he's thinking long term. He knows he's going to have to pay Quignon, DeJean, like
Carter.
Like he's thinking ahead. Like these guys were never going to stay in Philly. The one that hurts me is Coby Dean because dude. He had like the injury problems, but when he was out there, dude, especially this past
He was
year,
a
like
beast.
he made a
Steve?
lot of impact plays, dude.
Steve Brown,
Steve doesn't like
Steve
him.
doesn't
I
like
don't have-
Coby.
Steve, you look like you got something on your mind, brother.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I think he did great for us, but like I'm not losing sleep over him, right? I think losing TJ Edwards a few years ago hurt
That was
us
a big
more,
one.
right? Like Coby Dean, he's still undersized, and yeah, he made a couple plays, but so does a lot of people, right? He's not a game like he's not a game changer. It's not a loss. It's not. He's not going to lead the league in tackles. He's not. Sure, he's an athletic body out there, but we'll be fine. The next guy, whoever that is, whether it's some guy we draft or his backup from last year, we ain't gonna miss a beat there.
Stevie G, we missing a beat?
Yeah, you're missing a beat.
At
I mean,
linebacker?
the writing on the wall was there when we drafted Jahad Campbell in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
They basically drafted his replacement, but I mean, they were very good tandem, Bond and Coby Dean.
Yeah.
And
Baum's bald, so I really appreciate him being on the
Yeah,
field.
but Campbell
Yeah,
still. I
dude.
mean, there's a question mark around him. I mean, I just read today that
We won't
he's going to
technically miss a beat because Jahad's very good too, but Coby Dean was a real deal
Dude, he's
sitting in
hurt.
the middle of that field, man.
He's got no shoulders and no knees.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Campbell?
I'm talking about Coby Dean.
Yeah, but you just said
No shoulders and
we're
no
not going to
knees.
lose a beat because we have Jahad Campbell.
Yeah, that's his replacement.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's got no shoulders and no knees.
Well, then why didn't we keep Nakobe Dean?
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
I'm just saying. Even when we drafted Campbell, it was a question mark.
I mean, he looked good in the beginning of the
When
year.
the 2 games he played?
Whenever he was playing.
Yeah,
he
whenever.
was good.
Yeah. And now he's missing training
was
camp
out
because
there,
of his
dude.
shoulder.
And I'm
you
starting
know.
to realize why he wasn't out there as much as he should have been.
Yep.
All right.
Some of this stuff.
But
that-
the cornerback, great signing. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they shift Cooper DeJean to safety. Maybe they have some flexibility there now with Reed gone and 2 good corners in Quinyon Mitchell and Woolen. But I think we still need to address the safety spot. But again, this is like the year 2 years ago when we the year after we won the Super Bowl, we let all our defensive players go. We never recouped.
yeah. Where do we go draft
How he's cooking.
next month?
Well, that's a good question. So do you think the Eagles stay relatively quiet for the rest of the offseason, or is Howie in the lab cooking up something big in the draft, or just in free agency?
I think being quiet isn't a bad thing, right? Like around this time, when I see names, big names, or just like, big names in areas that we need, like I'm so quick to be like, yo, if we don't get this guy, we lose. And it's like, no, we don't need it. Like we're still a championship team. Like when you look at the guys that went all in, they're not championship teams, right? Like we didn't spend any. Like when you look at the guys who barely spent money this year, it's like, we're in that position for a reason. So I have to like remind myself that. I think with the draft and everything, I think Howie holds too much value in the draft picks in certain things. Like especially in this draft, like where we're drafting and everything, like what names? Like who are we targeting, right? Like I'm big on that tight end with number 23. After that, I couldn't tell you nothing else pops.
Sure. Like, what are we? Yeah, we got to figure
So
out.
like, move these picks for proven players, whether it's via trade or even in free agency.
Yeah.
No, we definitely have some big holes left.
we do.
Yeah, no, we do, but I don't think the draft is the answer. I think it was in free agency with some DNs that were out there, and we obviously missed on some. And I think we could still use some secondary guys and even a linebacker. We could definitely address the O-line. There's a couple offensive linemen out there. I thought maybe we were.
I think you can address that safety issue, or if you're going to move someone to safety, you get a corner in the draft.
I thought we were gonna get that center from Ravens. I was not surprised that we didn't because Cam Jurgens or whatever. But like, the offensive line is still, whether they're banged up, like they can't stay healthy, or people are getting old. He's arguably one of the best centers in the league. Why not address it?
There's no way that we can address all these holes right now in the draft.
Yeah.
But you could do more, right? Like we spent $1.4 million. We have a couple dollars, and then
We have
let's
a
just
couple
end this here because there's been talks about Jalen Carter and like trading him. It's not a matter of if we re-sign; it's when. We're gonna re-sign him. You don't just sign Jordan Davis to expect like, we're gonna let Carter walk. It's the opposite, right? But signing Davis opened up like 30-40 mil in cap space. So like,
Who's the more attractive to other teams?
well, Carter.
Jalen Carter.
'Cause he's
So then why wouldn't you sign Davis and
Because
then
he's
get more
different.
value from
He's
Carter?
different because I wouldn't. Because
He's a
like,
game record.
let's just say we traded Carter for Crosby, we lose that trade.
Oh, well, yeah, that's without saying. That's completely different.
So like, I'm not going to give him. He's still under a rookie contract, so like, we're still like, we're going to have money. I think that's another reason why we probably didn't go too aggressive in this free agency. But it's not a matter of if. We are definitely signing him.
All right, listen, since we're on the topic of signings, the Phillies made a signing. And since we're talking about the Phillies, we'll talk about Philly gains. Made these Phillies-inspired T-shirts only at Philly Gains. Get them at Philly Gains, phillygains.com, dtowngains.com. Got one for each of you guys.
What's that? Extra
Hell yeah,
small?
dude. Thanks, man.
extra small.
You're the same size as Stevie G. Terry forgot his today. He was at the store shop, and he forgot I brought it.
Thank you, John.
And Noah, I got you on. We ran out. We had a sale last weekend. I got you on the next batch. We're going to order them.
Woo!
Producer
Guys,
Noah is out
Philly
there
Games.
killing it.
Got 25% off. Think you know ball promo code Philly Gains 25% off.
All right. So
Not true.
speaking of the signings, Jesus Luzardo.
Thanks, John. That's nice, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, bro.
You guys are all lucky.
Makes up for the fucking terrible drink he brought us. And this actually tastes like
Yeah. Yeah. look at it.
Dragon piss, dude.
Sure.
I don't know what that is.
You're
Dude, that's our sponsor.
yeah. you're a sweet
That
soul.
is delicious piss.
Luzardo was acquired by the Phillies in a December 2024 trade with the Miami Marlins and performed strongly in 2025, going 15-7 with a 3.92 ERA and 216 strikeouts across 32 starts. So do we have any thoughts on the signing? John, yes, we do. So my thought is, I'll be honest with you. If you're going to throw money at a pitcher, Steve, I don't want to get into it. We all know what happened. I wanted Ranger. If we're going to sign a pitcher, I wanted a guy that was proven to go deep in to be an absolute unit when you needed him to do it, and that's in the playoffs. Rangers' numbers showed that. However, when you do a little research and you compare both players, I'm now on the side of I'm happy that Luzardo was signed. The guy is younger. He has a higher upside. The other thing about him is that, listen, Ranger's been injured with a back problem for the past 2 years, right? If anyone knows about back problems, I have back problems. I know they don't get better. That you just manage them. And if you're a pitcher, I can't imagine how that affects your game. With that being said, I'm happy about the signing. Luzardo will be like a really good middle of the rotation guy. And the other thing that this is telling me is like the Phillies are trying to keep young talent, and they're trying to start that younger phase. You got those 3 guys coming up from the minors, Painter, Crawford, and who's the other guy with a back problem?
Miller.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris Bonner needs to be on the show more often. He knows a lot of things. But we got these guys young and up, so I like to see this infusion of talent, keeping young talent. Stevie G, do you like young talent?
Yeah, I'd like some young talent.
I mean,
Set me up with some boys.
how young do you like? it?
No, that's not this podcast.
That's what it made it sound like.
What up?
No, I know what I said. But do you like the young talent?
Luzardo, I mean, he's not going to be your ace, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he's being paid.
Nah, he's like 3, 4.
Yeah. So, I mean, they needed somebody. So,
He's
why not
2,
him?
3, depending
That's
on
all.
Wheeler.
Dude, Luzardo's got he's got nasty stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a live arm. I mean, the dude can dial it back and hit 99, 100. And then he's got good breaking stuff. And I mean, you're talking about I think once you break it down, like we were talking about it when we were working out, like
We were working out at Alpha Flight Fitness today.
yeah, I was stronger than him this morning.
Yeah.
That's
Shoulder.
not
Also, this pod
that's
brought to you by
not
Alpha Flight
true.
Fitness.
Strongest there is.
Use promo code Think You Know Ball to get 25% off new memberships. Back to you, John.
Fucking love it, dude. Well, anyway, so signing a young guy, Luzardo, I mean, he's going to give you a bunch of good years. And then Wheeler is rehabbing. He's throwing BP.
Yeah, wheels up, baby.
They're expecting him back by
6 weeks.
before the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So
I think he's gonna be back.
he'll be, and I hope if it's earlier, that's better.
Obviously, he'll throw some rust. Right?
And we know how this plays out, right?
Yeah.
Then he'll show up. He'll be on a limited pitch count.
Sure.
They'll be working him through it. And you know what? If we're playoff contenders and he comes back like mid-season, that could be
Fresh.
Yeah, dude, that could be huge. That could be like, when you're a contender and you try to get that one last piece. Imagine throwing Painter in your lineup.
So
A good painter if he comes
your
up
rotation,
and lives up
excuse me.
to
with this signing and like now that you've sounds like you came to your senses, John.
It's logical thinking.
Yeah, right. So, are we gonna miss Ranger? You still think? I just want to hear that.
I didn't think
Yes.
we were. I didn't.
Yes,
I
we'll
thought
miss
we weren't
Ranger,
going back to
Steve.
that. Here's the problem: Ranger was proven in the playoffs. Luzardo is not. If Luzardo does well in the playoffs, hopefully we make it. I will tell you right to your face, we didn't miss Ranger. But here's the deal: Nola can go kick rocks anywhere else. He's on Team Italy.
Yeah.
He could stay on Team Italy, and then I would have taken Ranger over Nola.
He's
Your
7
boy
days
didn't
ago.
get an invite from Team USA.
No.
Yeah, he was just sent
he
happily to go
yeah,
to
he's-
Italy and pitch for
I heard
Yeah,
he
he's-
actually paid for him just to
Sure,
stay.
yeah, I'm
Dude,
sure
he's
he
warming
did.
up with
Yeah.
plumbers. You know what I mean?
And that
No
guy-
offense to plumbers, we love you, but baseball players, it's different.
Guy's making $25 million a year to have a 4-something ERA and just give up however many home runs. I mean, we've been waiting for Nola to arrive, and he had that stretch where he was
Do you think we're being
solid.
too
Dude, they were
harsh with
they were
Nola?
bringing him up saying he was the next Hamels.
No.
Do you think we're being, as of today, I mean, how long has he been in the league?
No.
We were talking about him 10 years ago. So
Do you think like he's
2016.
where he probably should be? Like, yo, man, you're on the verge of like hanging it up. Like, you're not.
Dude, he just got paid.
No, dude, he was never.
He got paid a couple years ago.
No.
he's got
No.
like 3
Listen,
years left
he,
on that deal, man.
he is what he is, but the organization hyped him up.
Way too
Sure.
much.
And I'm telling you, they I can't even talk because of goddamn sorry. But listen, I think that like the organization hyped him up. You know, we were big with Hamels, and when I used to listen to the shows or radio things like that, they would always talk about the spring training report, and they would say about how Nola is, and they would always talk about him being the next guy that's brought up through the minors as the ace of the team.
Mhm.
He's not an ace. He never was. He's not a 2. He never was. Arguably, he's a 3, but I would look at him as like in a rotation,
You were saying,
4, 5.
so just so like I understand, was he ever a 1-2?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. So then my next question for you is, do you think he kind of got screwed coming out of like we've been spoiled with pitchers, right? I mean, dating back to like what, the Roy Halladay, the
Mhm.
Cole Hamels, Cliff Lee, the Oswald. I mean, the fact that we don't have anything to show for that is crazy.
Terrible. I was thinking we were
But
talking
then,
about
but
that
then, like
today.
Yeah.
Nola comes in, right? So do
Mhm.
you think like because we were spoiled with that like this unnecessary pressure was put on Nola from being a high prospect, and it was like you got big shoes to fill here because as Philly fans we've been spoiled
Sure.
the last few years prior to you coming up, so that he was like kind of like screwed or doomed to begin with.
I think the organization put a rocket ship up his ass and expected him to be something that he's not.
Mm.
Maybe at the time he looked like that, and it happens every day that talents are expected to be great and don't
Sure.
achieve that greatness, that level of greatness. I mean, he's a major league pitcher, but he's not a top of a rotation guy. Never was, and he does. I'll tell you what. To his credit, he does what he's supposed to. He shuts his mouth. He doesn't. If criticism comes out, he doesn't care.
So I think I nailed it a couple of years ago. Why Nola isn't shit. You ever notice? Pay attention when
That's
he's
great.
on the mound, what's on his feet? You guys know what he's rocking on the mound?
No.
No, hit me.
What are you talking about?
He's rocking Skechers.
What is he
You
roller
can't
skating out to
ball
the
in
mound?
Skechers. His cleats are Skechers.
Why am I just hearing about this?
Why
for the
does this
first time?
matter to you?
You can't ball in Skechers, pal. You know what you do in Skechers? You take a nice walk
In
from the,
park,
nursing home in the
80-year-old
park around the
grandpa,
fountain.
Yeah.
You want to play Major League Ball in Skechers? And here's another one.
If Skechers is paying me millions, I'll do whatever they want me to do in Skechers.
Yo, you ain't getting freaky in a pair of Skechers, I'll tell you that.
I'll get freaky if they're paying me millions. And if they got the roller skates on the bottom, I'm roller skating
Oh,
all
the
over the place. I'm going to a
Heelys.
shopping mall and I'm going down the hill.
And also, Skechers. You know who else balls in Skechers and ain't and is like taking like a lot of injury from it? Our boy Joel Embiid.
No, he doesn't. He's sponsored by Puma.
He was sponsored. Maybe that's new, brand new, but he was rocking Skechers. Give that a goog. Because if this Puma is new, it's got to be within this year or like
No,
last year.
it's been a couple years.
He's been sponsored by Skechers. You
Why do you
can't.
I actually do want to see a
Skechers, dude.
Google
You
on
ain't
that.
balling in a pair of Skechers, man.
He ain't balling. in
And you
anything.
wonder why you
get out
can't
of
stay
bed.
healthy or you can't throw a ball. You ain't going out there.
So you're saying
Skechers?
His takes are so wild.
There's
Now we're bringing up pitcher's cleats is why. So
Joel Embiid. Balling in Skechers, dude.
that's got to be
Yes.
new, dude. I'm telling you, he had Pumas too.
Maybe prior, but he signed this big mega contract with Skechers and he's out there thinking he's doing something.
I'll tell you what,
You can't ball in
I want to
Skechers.
support a Philadelphia athlete sneakers. They're all terrible. They are all terrible. Chris Bonner, what do you think about
I can't.
Skechers?
I can't get behind it.
All right.
Can't
Skechers.
get behind the Skechers, dude.
I can't get on top
Maybe
of
if you want to play
I can't get
baseball, New
behind
Balances,
Embiid
it's
fucking
growing
wearing
on me.
Skechers.
But
I-
Skechers?
New Balance, or you want to bring back the days of New
No,
Balance.
listen, you can't wear New Balance. We're not a
or
45-year-old dad
Reebok.
driving the
I don't
minivan
know
at
if
the
that's a thing
kids.
anymore, but
Stop. Listen, let's get into the NBA since we're talking about it. So history was made in the NBA with Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo had a historic night this past Tuesday, scoring 83 points in a victory against the Washington Wizards. His 83-point performance puts him second all-time in most points scored in a single game behind the one and only Wilt Chamberlain, who had 100 points in 1962.
What else?
And in
did he have?
front of Kobe Bryant's, we'll get to that, 81-point game, third of all time, set back in 2006. Bam's stat line in the game, played 42 minutes, shot 20 out of 43, which from the field, 7 out of 22 from three-point range, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. So, Chris, 2 questions. Were you impressed or surprised by this performance from Bam the other night? And my second question, John, see your notes. My second question is, what's more impressive? Okay. Wilt Chamberlain having a 100-point night or him having sex with 22, what is it?
Over 10,000.
Over 20,000 women in his
10,000
life.
women?
That's wild.
I have to go with that as the more impressive stat. I pumped out numbers one day, and you're talking like over a span of however many years.
He claims that he has
10 bodies a day.
He claims that he has 20,000 women in his lifetime.
That's wild.
So what's more impressive?
I mean, without a doubt, if that's true,
I mean, we both don't
that's
know.
more impressive.
Not we both. We don't know if both those are true because the 100-point game.
It was never recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah, it never
wasn't
happened.
televised, so we don't know.
I think it's happened. It's in the record books.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think it.
Here
it
we go.
definitely
The
happened,
Illuminati over here, dude. Everyone grab your tin helmets. Steve-O is going to take us on this
It never happened.
wormhole of a journey.
I'm neither impressed. I'm more surprised than impressed that this happened.
Yeah.
Which
And
one?
Bam Adebayo.
Okay,
scoring
thank you.
83
We're back on
points.
track.
So, and I'll tell you why. First of all, Bam Adebayo is a very good player. He's an all-star. He's proven himself. I mean, there's no way he's at the caliber of scoring 83 points in an NBA basketball game.
Yeah.
And I watched highlights and I followed it as it was going on. My ESPN update, sent me a thing as it was happening. And I'll go back and I watched some of the defense in the NBA. The NBA product as a whole is just an absolute joke.
Yeah.
The guys aren't playing. They're getting paid
Yeah.
$60, $70 million max contracts to not show up and play in front of the fans every night that are going there to watch them.
Yeah. Anything like BA
Dude,
is a trash product.
it's gotten out of control. And I'm someone that grew up, I loved the NBA. I loved the history of the NBA. I loved the Sixers.
Mhm.
I'm at the point where I have a hard time watching the NBA now, which makes
No
me sad.
one plays defense.
Dude, it's
I think that it's very possible because no one plays defense like they used to. You can just have a guy that's like hot one night.
yeah. I mean,
That's never going to happen again for that.
I like, and the fact that in one way or another, it's impressive. You scored 83 points, but I just can't give you the credit that you probably want. And it's not his fault. Like, the dude went out there and scored 83 points. The defense that I was watching, like the help, there was none. And it was the guy got to the line 46 times, shot 22 threes.
Yeah, that's
What is
wild.
the NBA.
That's wild.
Like, and
No
it's
one-
also just like the fact that you're gonna. And I texted you when
Yeah.
it happened that I was like, I was kind of joking at first about it being disrespectful to Kobe Bryant, but then going back and looking at the whole thing, in a way, I'm like, it kind of was, and I wish he would have fucking stopped because the NBA now, compared to 20 years ago, it's not even close.
No. Steve Brown?
Yeah, I was not watching this. I was too locked in with the NFL and hoping something was going to happen. But Bonner texted me, and I couldn't believe it. So I turned on ESPN to catch the highlights because I missed the game. And, man, I'll tell you what, those last, 4 minutes. So I'm going to disagree with you, John, in the sense that, anyone can do it because
Anyone is a figure of speech.
sure. But, in today's game, man, he had not only he just had so much help, right? It was the worst 6 minutes, that last 6 minutes of basketball I've ever seen, to the point that first off, you're blowing the Washington Lizards out, or whatever the hell they're called.
Did you say lizards?
The Washington Lizards. Dude. You're blowing them out. And now your team is intentionally missing free throws.
I saw that.
And then your team is fouling them
That's crazy.
so they don't get possession. When you're blowing them out 30 plus points, first off, it's where's what's it called?
like the principles of
The character.
Yeah.
Like at one point, do you just be like, yo, man, and like now you're just stat padding and like not for nothing. Like, bam, come on, dude. Your career high was 41 prior to this. You don't average more than 20. Like, yeah, you're one of the
Dude,
best.
41's a night, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did that once, right? You average 20. Even averaging 20 is a two-way. Like, dude, you're good. You're an all-star. I'm not trying to take anything away, but, like, there's no way you can just tell me as a true hooper, you're sitting there and, like, you're really enjoying this. Like, the way you went about it. And I was watching SportsCenter this morning about it and watching, you know, this, like, the professionals talk about it. And I forget his name. Oh, I was watching First Things First with I heard Greg Jennings, right? So former receiver for the Packers. He was saying something along the lines of like, if it was anyone else in the league, if it was Luka, if it was LeBron, if it was KD, no one's doing this. And I was like, that's such bullshit because if they got to 83 the way Bam did, they would absolutely get torched. It's not like Bam was in a flow. Right? Or like it was a close game and he was just money.
He
right?
wasn't a flow though.
He was
had, like,
not in a flow. He was, dude, if your team is fouling the other team and you're already winning 30-some.
I agree with you 100%.
Look at the numbers, dude. You want to talk about a flow? When Coby scored his 81 points,
no, I agree.
He entered the fourth quarter down 5, right? So he entered the fourth quarter down 5, so it's a close game. And he shot 28 for 46, right? So that's over 60%. Yeah, he was hitting his shots.
Crazy. I know.
For 3-point, he was 7 out of 13. That's more than 50%. From the line, from the free throw line, 18 for 20. 6 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals.
No,
that's
those are really good shooting numbers.
And he's a shooting guard. So like that's your job is to put the ball in the basket. Bam. Your job on the team isn't to get buckets like that. Like, to contribute, you average 20. That's great. But come on, man.
All right, guys, let's keep it going because we have a jam-packed show here. Let's get this thing back on track.
Stevie.
He was.
All right, guys.
31 in the first quarter.
So it's time for buy or sell. If you're buying, you believe the statement is true. If you're selling, you don't. And you've got to tell us why. But we'll just rapid fire these, so just try to keep your answers short. But if you disagree with someone, call them out. So here are the first statements. Stevie G, we'll start with you because I know that you're very familiar and caught up with baseball.
No, I'm not.
So, ready? Justin Crawford is the next Dominic Brown. Stevie G, buy or sell?
No, I'm not. I'm going to sell that because we haven't seen enough of him, pretty much. We can't make that distinction yet. The kid's too young. We haven't seen enough of him. What I'd like to see is some consistent play, some good numbers, and then we can take that off the table pretty much. So,
Steve Brown, buy or sell?
I'm selling.
Justin Crawford is the next D Brown.
I'm selling. I think Justin's more mature than Dominic Brown. Dominic Brown, he was just like, you would talk about someone who was just cocky and just kind of arrogant and didn't want to like. He just showed up. He didn't really care. But again, to CVG's point, we haven't seen enough. I think I'm excited to see him. I think it's, he's been with this team for a little while now, so I'm excited to see what he can do in the, in the big leagues. But no, I think if anything, I think he's got potential to be better, and it's not even a close. I don't think when it's all said and done, halfway through the year or after this season ends, however it ends, I think his numbers are going to be better than Dom Brown.
We're rooting for him.
And I think his character is just better.
I hope that he's not the next Dom Brown, and I'm selling the fact that he's going to be, because when Dominic Brown was coming up, like, he was a top 5 prospect in all of baseball.
Yeah, I was telling them, I think there was a trade, the original trade with Roy Halladay, or it was Cliff Lee, it was one of them. They won it, the team won it, Dominic Brown, but they shot the trade down because the Phillies
he was a 5-tool, like, he had everything. And
him and Mayberry.
Yeah, like John Mayberry.
And the next
when
up.
No, it wasn't Mayberry. It was another right-handed bat. Stanton?
No, I think it was him and Mayberry.
It's not Mayberry.
John Mayberry?
No,
I remember him.
Mayberry, it wasn't him.
I can't remember the timeline, but Dominic Brown was happening right at the end of the era that, like, Halladay, Lee, like all that team was ending. So like it was like, what are we going to rebuild around? And eventually it would have been Nola, but like Dominic Brown was supposed to be the guy. And I can't remember exactly, but he came up. I think he had 2 years where he didn't show anything. Then he had a year. He became an all-star. We were all like, all right, like he's going to pan out. And then it just never happened.
So it was Michael Taylor.
Michael
True.
Taylor.
That was the
Oh,
other
there's
guy.
a fucking name. Yeah, I remember the name.
John, I'm gonna sell this because listen, it's genetics. And this guy is the son
Yeah,
of MLB The Show 2009 great Carl Crawford.
legend.
That guy was, I could hit everything with that guy. You guys throw me a pitch, I'm hitting it as soon if you got me with Carl Crawford, and I'm going to be that jerk off that's stealing
Steal
second.
and
Yeah.
third.
I'll-
Fastest
I'll
guy in the
steal
majors.
home. Yeah. All right, so round 2, boys. Stevie G, we're coming at you. Brian Westbrook would have been a Hall of Famer if the Eagles ran the ball more during his time in Philadelphia. Buy or sell?
I'll sell that. The running backs in the Hall of Fame have been like pretty much way better than Brian Westbrook ever was. But I mean, he's a Eagles all-time great, that's for sure. And he did have his games where he went off back in the day. But making the Hall of Fame for a running back is pretty hard. And the guys he would be with, I don't think I could put him up there with them.
Okay. Steve Brown?
I'm surprised he's selling that. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it too. I don't think he was definitely an Eagles great, right? Eagles Hall of Fame for sure. But yeah, I don't think as great as he was when you're talking about like the Adrian Petersons, the LTs.
Excuse me, just to clarify,
Mhm.
it's not what he did. It's if you gave him more
If I
carries,
gave him
would he be a Hall of Famer?
no, because I think he's still like.
He steps below those guys, man, I think.
But even
Okay.
with the work, if his workload went up a little bit, I think he would have. I hate to say it, I think he would have broke. I just don't. I don't.
He was injury prone with what he was doing.
Yeah, and I think he only ended his whole career with us, only 2 1,000 yards.
I thought it was one.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought it was 1 2.
And Andy
Was it
Reid
two?
run offense, dude. He's probably getting like 500 yards receiving.
and that's my.
Sorry, Chris Bonner, go ahead.
That's
Buy
why.
or sell.
That's why I'm also selling. Someone's got to buy at some point because I'll say a lot of Westbrook's production. Like if you handed him the ball more, you're just taking away potential passes you threw to him anyway. The guy had the 3 years where he was, 600-700 yards receiving a year on top of the 800-900,000 yards of rushing. I mean, he was an all-purpose guy. So he was always like 1,600, 1,700 all-purpose yards. He returned kicks for a little bit at the beginning of his career. So, but I agree. I just don't think like there would have been enough there for him to be a Hall of Fame.
Was it him or Brian Mitchell? Miracle of Meadowlands 1.
Yeah, I think it was him.
It was him, 03 against the
Against the
Giants.
Giants,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go, former Hall of Famer. Guys, topic 3: buy or sell. Stevie G, Phillies.
Are you buying or selling?
Yeah, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
What's
What
up?
are you doing?
Great.
Thank you for asking. I didn't want to include myself due to time constraints, but I'm buying it.
I knew.
Oh,
I think you gave him more love early, especially earlier on in his career. Like, I know I love Buckholder,
loved him.
but Andy Reid just treats running backs differently. And if that guy was on a different team, he would have had more opportunities to do the stuff that he was great at. And he was a great running back. So I'm going to sell it, and I'm also going to do it because I want to be different than
You're
you
gonna buy
guys.
it.
I like it.
I'm going to buy it. So Phillies prospect Aiden Miller were earned. Now this is dependent upon him being healthy. All right.
Mhm.
Phillies prospect Aiden Miller will earn the starting third base job by 4th of July and win the NL Rookie of the Year. Stevie G, buy or sell?
I'm selling this one too. I think Alec Boehm's your third baseman until proven otherwise. We haven't seen enough of this kid either.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the end of it. I mean, until we see something out of him that he's going to take the starting job from Alec Boehm
Yeah.
or Alec Boehm gets traded,
Yeah.
I mean, how could you buy it?
Oh, well, listen, we'll just go to John. I'm gonna absolutely buy this.
Mm.
NL Rookie of the Year?
Here's why I'm gonna
Fucking love a buy.
dependent upon good health. Here's why I'm buying this.
Wow.
There's no guarantee. Boehm's not the guy, and if he was the guy, there wouldn't be conversation about there being another guy. It's like, is anyone going to be first base because Bryce Harper's there? No, because Bryce Harper's the guy, right? There's no discussion. Now, talking about third base, Boehm's bat sucks. He's not that great of a hitter. The other thing, the other thing is like Boehm's glove at sometimes is also questionable. So he's not like extraordinary at anything. He's solid. So could he be replaced? Absolutely. And the way they're nursing this dude since he hurt his back means that he's a talent, and they're not just like throwing him away. They're being very precautious because they know he's the guy. And I love the infusion of the youth. You know, you got Painter, you got Carl Crawford's kid, and now you got this young fella, Aiden Brown.
Miller.
Aiden Miller.
Close enough.
Steve Brown.
Brown, Miller, Steve Brown.
I don't care. He's the guy. So
Who the fuck
what do you got, Steve Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the other guy.
Who the fuck is handle 766?
Don't worry about it. Let's get back on topic.
No idea.
Steve Brown, you buying or selling?
I'm selling the shit out of this, dude. There's no shot. I don't think that we have enough on him. Yeah, he's a big time prospect. I think he's got potential to be better than Alec Boehm, but as of today, right now, is he better than Alec Boehm? No. I think it's on Alec Boehm if he, it's his job to lose, right? So it's like, I'm not questioning Boehm's defense. I think he's okay at third. Defense was never like his problem. It was his bat and the inconsistency of it. So we'll see. NL Rookie of the Year, man. I can't believe you're buying. That's bold. I think there's definitely potential with him. I think pending. I don't see it unless like Boehm comes out and just shits the bed, and when
he's pooping everywhere.
And when Aiden comes in, he just lights it up. I mean, he has to get one hell of a start.
Well, and if he doesn't take the third base spot, who gives a shit about second base? Is that Stott?
Yeah.
Stop.
I can let him go. The coolest thing about him is his walk-up music.
No, I'm over that, dude. I'm so.
That's the coolest thing about
That
him.
was cool in 23.
Like, dude, if you
when he hit
don't
the grand
win,
slam.
like,
but if you move a second baseman with Pop, we haven't had a second baseman with Pop since the great Chase Utley has been there. I'm not saying this dude's Chase Utley, but I'm saying your team gets a lot better because second basemen are notorious for not being great
But if
hitters.
he was
If you get a good hitter at second base, man, you really do lengthen your
If he was
lineup.
better, as of today, he would be our third or second baseman. Again, I think there's a lot of potential with him.
Well, yeah.
I think he could eventually, but as of right now, I don't
He's got
think
a
he's
bad
better
back.
than them. Even with the healthy back, he could be 100% healthy today.
He'd be
He's not starting. He didn't take anyone's spot.
well, that's why we're talking like by July 4th. But did anyone not go on this? Because we're gonna move on.
I haven't gone on that yet.
Chris Bonner, let's wrap it.
I'm glad
quick.
you bought it. I'm with these guys. I'm selling it. Like what Stevie G said, I haven't seen anything from Aiden Miller that's gonna. Alec Boehm's my third baseman until proven otherwise, and this guy is not even gonna be on the starting roster on opening day just because of the whole back.
Crawford's got a better shot to be your NL rookie
Yeah, and he's a
center field.
guaranteed
Yeah,
starter. So I mean, that dude's he's got a shot. He's 22. We'll see what happens, but Aiden Miller, get healthy. I hope. I'm with you. I want that to happen by July 4th, and I hope that works out. But yeah, until then, I mean, I got to go with Boehm. I mean, we put a lot of investment. I mean, Boehm we picked him third overall in the draft.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like my guy until he's not.
All right. So you guys want to talk about LeBron, or do you want to talk about the NFL product? We got time for one.
NFL product.
NFL?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Stevie G, buy or sell. The NFL product today is worse than it was 10 years ago.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, my brother bought the first one tonight. Let's go, Stevie G. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I used to like watching football because of the hits, people getting their head taken off.
Mhm.
That
Yeah, you're a barbarian.
electric
Dude,
part,
you look. No, no.
the helmet. We'll put it on.
Yeah, you want everyone to have CTE like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. They took out the hits. They tried to protect players. I get it, but I want to see them smoke each other.
Comment of the night. Steve Brown, buying or selling?
I'm selling it. I think the game's changed for sure, but I think it's still ball. I get there's been some rule changes protecting the quarterback. I don't think it's affected the game as drastically as Stevie G or others may think. I think it's still a good product. I think there's other areas if we
I
could
say
go.
it was a bad product.
That was the question.
No,
It wasn't.
it's better. Not that one's bad. One's
It was
better
better
than the
10
other.
years ago. And they
Yeah.
could smoke each other.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, then I misheard and misread. Yeah, I'll fucking buy it.
All right.
Two-
Bonner?
Oh, I'm buying all day.
All
Like,
right.
the products.
It's still watchable though.
No,
it's not.
oh, no,
it
I'm-
hasn't
Best
lost
sport.
me, but yes,
Look,
yes.
the way I'm with Stevie G, like I grew up on Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, like I grew up on like that was football, like you fucking Brian Dawkins. Like
In the early Maddens, the first before it went to like after it said EA Sports in the game, it would play a highlight reel of the
Yes.
nastiest
Mhm.
hits.
yeah, it was fucking sick. Dude.
Yeah.
It was just so different back
when the
then.
hit
And then-
stick was added, it was like
Yeah, like
what?
Blitz.
Dude,
Yeah.
NFL Blitz. But like even Joe Flacco came out recently on an interview and he was like, football just like it's become like so lame. Like they're just taking care of quarter. Like honestly, even the new kickoff, I'm not used to it yet.
Yeah,
like
the kickoff.
it really bothers me,
It's pretty
dude.
bad.
Like when I see that at the beginning of a game, like what the fuck happened?
Who?
to
That
this
was
sport?
Flacco too. That said we
That-
signed up for this, so
He's-
we know what
yes,
we're getting
he's the
ourselves
one that
into.
said-
I couldn't agree more with that statement too.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Are you buying or selling? Well, we know what John's doing.
well, who? Everyone sold it.
No, we all
We all
bought
bought it.
I'm selling it. You know why I'm selling it? The product is more. It's a bigger brand than it's ever been, both
That's true.
domestically and internationally. It's a better product overall. They're taking care of the guys
Oh my!
so that they can play more games
Is-
and do the things that they're paid to do. The other thing is they're taking care of their veterans more. They're giving them more attention in the medical.
That doesn't
aspect
make it
of it.
better to watch.
It's a better product.
Dude.
It says better. It doesn't mean
This
watch.
is the softest
means
thing
better
I've
product.
ever heard John say.
I really care
Jeez.
about how these guys are playing. And you know what? After
Safety
watching that movie
first.
with Will Smith,
Yeah.
where he was the doctor and he was taking care of the guys with CTE,
Concussion.
I don't want people to have CTE.
That movie was sick.
Tell the
John
truth.
can argue anything.
Tell
That
the
movie
truth.
was sick.
Tell the truth.
That was a great movie. So guys, let's go on to Think You Know Sobriety.
Mm.
And Terry, do you have like a theme song, a quick one?
Oh man, that's a heavy topic.
He's probably got some bars he could give us.
Sobriety. Sobriety with two Steves. And Connor.
All right. So we're gonna switch gears.
Friday with two Steves.
We're going to switch gears for a few minutes with a new segment we're calling Think You Know Sobriety. Tonight, Stevie G, and our guest Chris are going to talk about their experiences with addiction and the path to sobriety, what they went through, and what helped them turn things around. Now, for full transparency, I'm not sober enough to sit on this panel. I'm basically California sober. So tonight, I'll just serve as the question guy and let these three do the talking. So let's get into it. I'll ask the questions. I'll be the proctor. Stevie G, we'll start with you. How long were you dealing with addiction before you realized it had become a serious problem?
So I started drinking and smoking weed when I was like 13. It wasn't a problem that I was aware of until like the final 2 years, maybe 3 years of my addiction. So it took quite a while for me to get to that point, but obviously once it got to that point where it was a serious problem, there had to be a change, or there was going to be some serious consequences.
How long are you sober? Can I ask that?
I'll have 11 years in August.
You're the man.
Oh, nice.
You're the man. I'm sorry. I just had it in my brain. I know we're being a serious segment right now, but I just was thinking about you. The Steve Brown tells the story of you on the bay with the boogie board. Sorry, smoking a Pall Mall. But so
Smoke Pall Mall.
Steve Brown. What about you, man?
Probably started. Well, my first drink was at 13, but I wouldn't say I was like probably drinking damn near every day when I was like 17, 18, end of high school. I knew pretty early on it was a problem, but I thought because people would say like, you know, you drink like your dad, or you drink, you know what I'm saying? Like I wore that as like a badge of like courage, right? Or like a badge of honor, that like I could keep up with the old heads or whatever. So I knew early on, but I was like naive. I thought it was like cool
Yeah.
that like I was getting those comments, you know, that I was like one of the boys or whatever. But yeah, I knew it pretty early on, probably like 17, 18, that this probably could be a problem.
Bonner?
Yeah, I would say for me, same thing. I started really young. I had a bunch of older siblings that had, the same struggles with addiction. So I was kind of introduced at a really young age to, certain shit. But I'm with Steve. Like by the time, I started out same way Stevie G did, drinking, smoking weed. But by 17, 18, like it had become, pretty serious. Like, I couldn't get out of bed without fucking, unless something was there to fucking get me out of bed. So. Yeah, at a pretty young age, like I knew that I had a pretty serious problem.
And how long have you been sober?
I've got 4 years.
4 years.
Today.
You just today.
Yeah.
My man.
Today.
Hey, congratulations,
Yeah,
dude.
thanks, man.
Steve Brown, how about you?
I'll have 9 years in November.
9 years.
Yeah, dude.
And you drink like your beer is handle 766. Come on. Now. All right. So question 2: what was the moment where something finally clicked and you said, "I can't keep living like this, Stevie G"?
So you're going back quite a while now, but I was on probation for like 5 years, and eventually it got to the point where I couldn't take a piss test and piss clean for my PO. I was going in and out of jail a little bit, and then it got to the point where my PO was like, "All right, dude, you piss out one more time, you're going upstate for all your back time." And I had like 4 or 5 years at that point. I just kept getting reinstated because that's what they do. When you get in trouble while you're on probation, they just reinstate you, put you in jail for a little bit. So that's what it was. It was either go to rehab for the second time. I only been to rehab twice, but it was either go to rehab or go piss hot again and go upstate for however long she was going to send me upstate. And back in the day, they used to roof people. And when I say roof people, that means just send you for as long as they possibly can. It's probably different now, I would assume, with all the lax laws and shit nowadays. But that was the point where it flopped.
You know what? I'm listening to what you're saying, and I have another question for you.
Sure.
With all due respect.
Sure.
How many of these fucking Delco shirts do you got?
I got 2. It's St. Patty's theme, John.
Thanks, brother.
Aren't you Irish?
I'm American. What are you talking about? Steve Brown, please.
Oh man, there's been a few, but the one that comes to mind was probably this last time. I mean, I totaled so many cars, but this last accident I was in a rental going back to to Enterprise to return it, and I was making a left-hand turn, and it was one of those roads that, like, when you make a left, there was still oncoming traffic, but there was a car in the other lane that was turning, so I couldn't see. So when I went, a Jeep Cherokee came and smoked me, and the guy was real cool, a younger guy, and he, helped me out. I was pretty airbags, blasted me and everything, and I remember getting out, sitting there waiting for the cops. It was 7 a.m. I'd been up all night partying, and he was so concerned on me. And then I remember there was like a moment of silence, and he said, like, made a joke. He said, you didn't even wake the baby. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, man, there's a baby in the back seat. Like, so nonchalant. I remember getting up, walking over, and then sure as shit, man, it had to be like a 2 or 3 month old in a car seat. And I remember sitting there looking at this baby who was asleep, thinking like, holy shit, this could have gone left real quick. And within the next like 24 hours, I was in treatment.
Oh, Bonner beat that. Bet you can't.
It's a good.
I think Bonner probably.
How many cars you totaled, Steve?
Oh man, I think I totaled 5 in like a 90-day span.
2.
And the fact that I've never,
Imagine, like, you have to try to do that. You know what I mean?
dude, and the fact that like I never had an underage, I had one underage, but like I never had a DUI. I never, dude, like someone, like when they say something's looking out, man, like something, I don't know how, like I wasn't significantly hurt. Thank God no one else was like hurt. 3 of those I just, fell out and hit a tree. But 2 were actually where people were involved. And that last one, when I saw that baby, I was like, oh boy, this could have went left real quick, man.
All right, Bonner.
It's pretty powerful stuff. Dude.
Yeah, man.
What was the question? What happened? And then we fucking.
Yeah, where was your, like,
Yeah, okay.
I'm done.
What was your breaking point, pretty much?
Mine was, well, 4 years ago today. I think before I'd maybe put together like 2-3 months clean, like I, always did, trying to fucking get my shit together. I think I'd been to 6 or 7 treatments at this point, hit halfway houses. Like I had done that whole thing for so long. And I had gone on like this, week-long fucking binge. I was back. I'd been up here for a little bit and I went back to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was living there at the time. And I went on this fucking one last bender, one last hurrah, dude. And nothing bad had happened. I had tons of consequences before where, I had lost shit, gotten in trouble with the law, like went to treatment. Like none of that stuff ever got me sober. I just woke up from this week-long bender and it just hit me, man. Like I was just like, fuck, like I can't do this anymore. Like I didn't even want to be here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just had hit that breaking point where I was like, man, like if I don't stop, like I'm gonna fucking. At that point, I had already lost everything. I had no money, no job. I couldn't see my kid anymore. I mean, I literally had like nothing left. Like I was living like half in my car and then just like half at like, fucking people's houses on their couches and some fucking state where I didn't know anybody. The only reason I was there was because I had a 3-year-old son at the time that was living there with his mom. But at that time, I had picked up the phone and I called my stepdad, who had been sober for 31 years, and he fucking flew down there. He like fucking we threw away a bunch of my shit. I'm coming down like a motherfucker, dude. I'm sick, and he's helping me, packed up my car and fucking drove me all the way back here. I've been here ever since. I've been sober ever since then. So yeah, man,
Nice,
it's just a crazy fucking story to get to where you're at now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Let's go for you, dude. Stevie G.
That's awesome.
How do you think you do in prison? What? How do you think you would do in prison?
How do you think I would do in prison?
Yeah.
Not well. When I was in jail, funny story, one of my brother's buddies was in there, and I knew he was in there, but like I never thought anything of it. So I walk on the block. I'm like pretty small at this point. I'm all like sucked in and skinny and shit. And there he is, huge, just sitting there, like looking like one of you guys. And I was like, yeah.
What was his
He's
name?
like, this is my young bull. Don't fuck with my young bull.
What was his name?
I was like,
Oh, you were
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
somebody's.
Chile.
no,
Huh?
none of that.
He was holding pockets.
Yeah.
Delaware County. It's not
All
pretty.
right, guys. Let's get back on track here. What was the hardest part of early sobriety process? So, like, for example, there's like a stigma, right, attached. I'm not sober, but like when people would see how I would eat and shit, right, for like bodybuilding competitions, and I'm just eating like chicken at a table, my family would always be like, "That's unreal! Like, I can't believe you're doing that. You're not just gonna eat." So, like, do you guys have any kind of stigmas of like, people out seeing you out at a bar or something and your guys are just drinking soda and they're like, dude, I can't believe you're not drinking? Like, Stevie, do you have anything like that? Any kind of stigmas?
I mean, a lot of people think they can't drink in front of me. It's going to make me uncomfortable. In early sobriety, I wouldn't recommend people hanging out with people that are drinking or doing drugs or stuff like that. But like, I can go to shows or events, Phillies games, whatever it is at this point in my sobriety, and it doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't make me want to drink.
Yeah.
I've learned for me that if I were to have a drink, I'm not a normal human being at this point, and it would just go completely off the rails. It might take a little bit longer, it might be a little bit shorter, but eventually I'm going to either go to jail or die from doing my drug of choice.
There you go.
So that's pretty much it. I'll probably agree with these guys' stigmas as well, but that's the one that pops into my head right away.
And you guys, I know you guys didn't really agree with my stigma, but is there any we'll do real quick? I don't mean to rush it, but we're a show.
Go, you got it.
What, like a stigma against?
Yeah, like early on, was anyone like, oh my God, like you're not drinking?
I guess like I feel like it's a lot less now than it used to be.
Yeah.
Like I feel like because I first started doing this, like trying to get clean, like I don't know, like it was a while ago. It was like 10 years ago, and I feel like at that time when I was younger, it was a lot more. Oh man, like you're not drinking, you can't do this, you can't do that, and it was like I had that like FOMO and shit at that time. But I mean, you grow out of that shit once you get older, and honestly, like when you're out, like nobody gives a fuck if you're drinking or not. Like everybody's too worried about themselves, man. Like I just drink club soda, I'll throw a fucking lime in it, and half the time people think I'm drinking anyway. So,
And then I grab you. I change your body, I change your life. Don't ever forget about it.
I won't.
See this physique here? My doing. Me.
Thanks, Dad.
See that physique over there? Used to be mine. See that one? Don't even put the camera on. Take the camera. All right, guys. So listen, we'll just do like, I don't mean to be disrespectful to this, but we got to stay on track. So real quick, if someone's watching this and is struggling, do you guys have any advice you want to run through a couple sentences just to help them out or what they should do?
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I think ask for help, right? And it sounds simple, but I know it's harder than just that. But I think that's the biggest stigma, John, is people think or like they're too ashamed or too embarrassed to like talk about it. And, maybe like 20, 30 years ago that might have been the case. But now there's been so much awareness and so much, like so many more resources than there were. And it's just asking for help, man. Like you'd be surprised. Like I've gotten, when people like either hear my story or find out I'm in recovery, like doors have opened, whether it's professionally, socially, like whatever it may be. Like we're no different, right? The only time we become different is when I put a drug or some booze in me.
Yeah.
But like sober, like, dude, it's like, just ask for help, man. Like,
were you like a fighter when you were fucked up?
Nah, man, I was complete opposite. I was like life of the party. I was a good time. I was funny. But then like with my social like anxiety and everything, I would just like, I start to isolate.
Yeah.
So like I start to retract from that. And that was my thing.
Bonner, any advice?
Man, I would just say to anybody out there who's struggling, like when you're going through it and you're really in like the depths of fucking like addiction, I mean, you really feel alone. And I promise that like whatever you're going through, somebody else has been through it already before. Like that was my biggest thing. I was always like, nobody understands, but that's bullshit. Like once you get in, and the thing is too, is like, you can't really say anything to anybody that's going to help them get sober. Like they're just going to have to go through it, hit fucking rock bottom. And once you hit rock bottom, then you can finally like become willing and change your life.
Yeah.
And I'll say like, that's when like, like people like us will be here when you're ready to do that. So, but like, if you're at that point, man, it's just picking up the phone, asking for help. I mean, that's all you can do. And then it's guys like us that'll be there on the other side when you're ready to come in.
Yeah, man, not to keep talking about physiques, but it's been my experience with working in the fitness industry that a lot of people that are sober, I mean, that's how we became friends. The addiction doesn't go away. It's just channeled into something positive. It's either like the gym or God. And like, clearly you went to the gym, CVG, I'm guessing you went to God, but
nah,
just,
I went to the other thing.
I'm teasing, dude. I'm honestly like, I'm proud that like I became friends with all of you guys, and like I can't imagine doing the shit that you guys did. So like, let's get back into the other stuff. Or do you guys want to like hug or some shit? All right, so
Weird, dude.
And Terry, did you see his body?
Whose body?
Chris Bonner's?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Chris, how much weight you lost?
Big hunk of meat.
I don't know. I think I was
How much weight?
265. Guy brought me down to 220.
Whoa.
Now I'm like 235.
235 stacked. Terry, that can be your body. You listen to me.
I'm doing good, man.
Terry, you're fucking killing it. You're right where you need to be.
Your body can be his body.
Terry,
all right,
Terry,
so
come work out Saturday.
I will.
The boys.
You should, honestly.
We're filming on Saturday.
We are. We got about 15 minutes left, guys.
All right.
So we're gonna speed through hot takes.
Hot takes.
If we're cooking, we'll just let it ride. If they're not that great, we'll just pick the next one. So the hot takes are what they are. It's a hot take. Each week we do one. I'm not going to intro it. Stevie G, what's your hot take this week?
All right. So to add on to what we were talking about earlier, my hot take for this week is the NBA is a complete joke at this point.
Oh, every NBA, every BA.
The NBA.
Okay. Specifically the NBA.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about any other BA?
No.
Okay. All right. NBA, please go ahead.
Yeah. The NBA is a complete joke at this point. the product that they're putting out has gone down and down over the last 20 years, like Chris said earlier. These guys are taking rest days. They've added an in-league tournament during the regular season just to keep things interesting over the last couple years. It's just gone down. I mean, I still like watching the playoffs. I still like keeping up with the superstars of the league. But at this point, the NBA is a joke. And like Chris said earlier, too, it is borderline unwatchable. The last 5 minutes is basically all you have to watch.
It's not, dude. And you don't have, like, LeBron's aging out of the league. You don't have a guy in there that's like a Coby or a Michael that can draw, like, the casual fan or make a casual fan from just, like, someone scrolling through TV. I can remember, like, back in my day, when there was just cable, you had the NBA on NBC, and it was, like, every Sunday, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Jordan, when Jordan was on, you stopped what you were doing and you watched that game no matter where you were. You guys have any comments on the NBA?
I mean, I agree with Steve.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
Bonner?
100%.
I think if there's one sport that's taken a hit in the last 10, 15, 20 years, it's NBA.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal from the rest days to like, and then it's funny when people talk about like, you know, like the LeBron thing, right? Where it's like, he's this physical specimen, which he is, dude, great player and everything. But it's like, oh, he'd be a great NFL tight end. It's like, I don't know about that. He can barely handle a layup or getting, you know, his wrist slapped.
Dude, stop. How dare you?
Listen,
He puts $1 million a year into his body.
Yeah,
He's playing a different sport.
He?
And dude's been in the league for like almost,
Listen,
20 years?
can't
He
take a
deserves
bump.
to call the shots he wants.
You can't take a bump and then you're on the ground flapping like a fish, dude. I'd love to see him go over the middle and just have someone
Stop.
absolutely ruin him.
All right. Steve, what's your hot take before I ruin you?
So with the Max Crosby going for 2 first rounds, I mean, that was crazy, I thought. But after I really thought about it, I mean, dude, if I'm the Birds, I give them 2 firsts. Fuck it. I mean, could you just imagine that D-line with him, Carter, Davis, and it doesn't even matter who's on the other side. Who are you double teaming?
They found something wrong with him, and
I don't
they
care.
sent him back.
I don't care.
You can't
I think
get
it's bullshit.
2 firsts from.
So for the record, because we have a bunch of picks, I give him a first. My first offer would be a first and 2/3, right? And if that's not going to get it, then fuck it. I pull the trigger, 2 firsts, right? Because like our 2 first rounds in the next 2 years, or I don't care what year, pick the year, it's going to be late.
It's Cooper DeJean.
It's going to be late. The draft isn't built like that this year, though. There's no one we're targeting, or like there's not big names. And
You
I'm
don't
sure
know what's going to happen next year?
It's not going to be better than Max Crosby.
Bro,
And
Howie doesn't make a trade like
2
right?
firsts
If our
2
window
months.
is closing, or if our window is wide open right now and we're a couple pieces away, we lost so much on defense. Our defense needs more help than our offense.
We the Novacare complex still? I think it just
Yeah.
changes something else.
No, I think it's still no.
officially
You
changed.
think the Novacare complex is going to let Howie make that decision? Hell no. We have the best hospitals
Yo,
in
bring
the
them in,
country,
interview
brother.
them,
We
and
got
I
Penn
guarantee-
Hospital.
And I
here.
guarantee you they'll
You think they're
approve
going to
him.
let something?
I
They're
guarantee
going
you they'll pass him. They'll
He's
pass
got to
him.
stay with the Raiders, and he's going to have to do a prove me year where he actually can play without any issue.
And he's gonna be fine.
and that's going to increase his value because right now his value is an all-time low. You don't sell a guy when
Pull the
you're going to get
trigger.
crap for him. You let him play another year, and then you sell high. You get that value
Pull
higher.
the trigger.
Doesn't
Pull the
concern
trigger.
you.
Do
that
1 first.
Baltimore, who's a
No, notoriously they do this. They do this shit. Fuck Baltimore.
I think
dude.
Baltimore has always like been a
Stop.
dirty franchise. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a dirty player,
Yeah.
and that's just how they operate. But
Listen,
the fact, like,
bring
you're not
them
going to
in.
take a guy.
Have our
after
docs
you
look at
did
him.
the
I guarantee you
trade,
they're going to be like, take him. It's a steal.
It's concerning that
Stop.
giving up that much for a broken guy that's had injuries the last couple years.
Even
Yeah.
with his injuries, he's better than anything we've had.
But he's right. You're right, though. What is he, 29, 30
Yeah.
years
Why
old?
not take that first round pick and
He's
address
28. He'll be
and
29
address-
in June or
He came out
July.
address that in the draft?
28.
Address it
Okay.
in the
Just
draft.
blew out his knee. 2 firsts?
Clearly wasn't that wrong or that bad if he was able to play the last couple games and they just shut him down. So like I said, I don't think the injury was that significant. I think he's 8 weeks out of surgery. I think he's right where he's supposed to be. The knee probably looks like shit because, again, 8 weeks out of surgery. It's fine.
Look at Stu078. I'll only give a first for Crosby if we get an extra for trading away Brown.
I would
And that's
not
a
give
good-
up. No, I would not give up Brown for Crosby.
All right. Listen, what's your hot take, young man?
I went back NBA because it's a topic I love talking about. But my hot take is the Sixers are, you could use either word, either the worst and or the unluckiest franchise in the history
Pick the
of
word
sports.
because they're
Jesus Christ, that's a hot take.
All right, I'm going to go that the Sixers are the
worst.
I'm going to go the unluckiest
Okay.
franchise in sports, and I'll tell you why. And we'll just go back. Forget all the Josh Harris, Colangelo, like they fucked the front office fucked up with a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to go draft picks and injuries these guys had. You drafted Joel Embiid in 2014, third overall. Guy is one of the most talented big men I've ever seen play. Cannot stay healthy. You drafted Jahlil Okafor the next year, number 3 overall. Trash, bust, gone. Played one decent year, had a decent rookie season. 16, you got Simmons, number 1 overall. Now, I will say, he was clear-cut number 1 coming out of LSU.
Yeah.
So but then developed a problem where he physically couldn't shoot the basketball.
It was the Kardashian infection.
I think that was more
Those
on
women
him.
destroy men.
It was. He just wasn't a shooter. And so it just didn't work out with Simmons. And then he had the mental health stuff. It just ended up being a fucking disaster. Following year, you drafted Markelle Fultz.
That's the biggest question mark to me.
Who developed. Literally, they came up with a condition for him because he couldn't shoot basketball.
Yeah.
What happened about how
he had
unlucky those,
Plusitis.
like, what if those all worked out with those 4?
The Joel,
I liked Michael Carter Williams.
I did not mind him. He was an all-star. We got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then his career went. And then
Drew Holiday.
I like Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday was low key like a
Evan
top 5
Turner.
Sixer of all.
Evan Turner. I loved Evan Turner coming out. He was National Player of the Year. I wanted him over John Wall. I'm glad we took him at 2 at the time. Looking back, I mean, I don't know. Looking back, if I would have went,
I'll tell you though, we talked about it last week, dude. Help me out here. Who's the fellow we traded to the Heat, or we gave
Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
You
Jimmy.
keep Jimmy Butler. You were winning a championship.
You kept Tobias Harris.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
You picked
how bad
Tobias
did
over
they
me.
fuck up that? And then, like, I'll bring it. Like, I do think, yeah, we'll replace it back with the other word, the worst franchise in sports.
So they're not the worst, right? Because you got the Washington Lizards, you got
Lizards.
you got
that's like,
the
but
Charlotte Bobcats,
we brought that up.
and
But smaller
the
market
Timberwolves have
of, like,
never
we're-
made have never made it to a conference.
The
championship.
Sacramento
have the
Kings?
worst.
Sure.
No, they were good back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago.
I mean, I think Philly's more successful than them.
Who?
Philly,
No.
More successful than who?
Sacramento,
Yeah, I mean, well, Sacramento early 2000s was
pretty.
I mean,
good.
that was that team. They had like Bibby, Chris Webber,
Yeah.
like those teams. They almost beat the Lakers.
Ronnie
in them,
Divac.
too.
Dude,
We're
we've
not-
always signed older players, dude.
And
Always.
that's the one that drives me nuts with the Sixers. You get a washed up Chris Webber,
Got the-
a washed up Elton Brand.
you were-
Elton
Yeah.
Brand had one good year.
Doesn't matter. We got him two.
Bynum.
Yeah,
Like,
Bynum,
Bynum
he
never
didn't
played a
even
game.
play.
Yeah, that was
I
straight
mean, like-
robbery. But going back to the draft picks, right? When we took Joel Embiid, we knew that was a gamble because he was still injured when we drafted him, and we knew prior to the draft that if we took him, he was sitting his whole rookie year.
He sat
And
2
he-
years.
yeah.
He didn't need
So, like,
that's how much.
That's more on the franchise
Mhm.
Yeah.
because you knew coming in this is a project. Now I would say they didn't miss. I think out of all the ones you listed, Joel was the only one who actually panned out and was successful.
NBA draft
He
picks
was
hard.
dominant for a few years. Now he was also was banged up, but like before, I mean, this is like I think with this season and last season was like the softest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's once he
Mhm.
signed that big
3-year,
contract with
196.
Skechers, dude. You can't
Oh,
hoop in
Skechers one.
Skechers.
Yeah.
You get no support. You
We're
can't-
back on the
you can't
Skechers.
hoop in Skechers. Wait, you think you're getting buckets in Skechers?
Or the
Listen.
dude signing a 3-year, $196
You might as well put on the Chuck
million
Tees,
deal.
dude. You have a better chance of scoring in
Listen,
some old
speaking-
school
Chuck Tees, put
Steve,
on
I'll
the,
ball you up in some.
What does Benny
Oh,
the
yeah, I
Jet
will
put
put on
on to jump over the
flip-flops and
fence?
Benny the Jet Rodriguez puts on Converse All Stars to
PX Flyers.
wrangle the
Exactly.
beast.
Was
Yeah.
it PX Flyers?
He outran
Yeah.
the beast.
He outran
What
the
are you
fucking
doing,
beast,
dude? What are you doing? Outrunning the guy at the nursing home? And in your Skechers?
Yeah.
You
He
and,
couldn't
uh,
beat-
All right, we'll
he
talk
couldn't
about
beat the
Skechers
guy.
and Nola wearing them and starting pitchers. My hot take is this. Let starting pitchers go deep into games. Stop with the 5-inning games. They're pitching shutout ball, and you put your bullpen in there to only chalk up a game. Let your studs be studs. Let a guy that's a 4-5, number 4, number 5 starter, if they're having a game, let them have a game. First of all, you're ruining the fan experience. If I'm there and I'm going to we'll just say like a Painter game, I'm hoping that dude goes long. And if he's pitching shutout ball, I want to see a shutout because the last innings, the 8th, the 9th, just the 8th and the 9th, they get more exciting because you know this guy's on the verge of doing something that not a lot of people can do. The other thing is you're saving your bullpen for later. Listen, these guys are bullpen pitchers because they're not good enough to be starters, but they have some value, right? Don't put them in over a guy that's dealing. If your ace or anyone else is pitching, they got like 80 pitches, and they're in like the 6th or 5th inning, let the dudes go. And even if they go up to like 120 pitches, it's one game out of the year. You're not going to throw these arms out. Guys back in the day used to throw over 100 pitches. It wasn't an issue.
I can't agree more with
It's too much. Let your guys pitch. The other thing about it is, that's all I got. That's the only things that I got. I want the studs. I want these guys going longer in games because I'm paying to watch that guy pitch. I want a pitcher's duel. I love that shit. And the pitch count is way overhyped. Any thoughts before we get out of here?
I mean, I couldn't agree more with you. I think that's your best take.
Dude, all my takes are the best take.
That's the only take I've agreed with so far, John.
That was
Honestly, unless the pitcher shows that he had a rough inning and like
guys.
he's at that 60-70 mark and it's like that 4th, 5th inning and it's awkward and he's already gassed, maybe. But stop relying on analytics like that. Like if the man's in a flow or in something, let him go. Right? That's why you pay him how much you're paying him. Let him go, and then he gets to rest for 5 days. He's been doing this his whole life. Let him throw the fucking ball.
Yeah, managers need to trust their ace. And you guys ever watch a movie with
trust your starter? I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like these guys are
Or
your
5.
starter.
We have a manager that's way too fucking quick with the trigger, especially in the playoffs.
And you know what
Following
happened?
his fucking sheet.
You know what happened in a Tom Selleck starred movie called Mr. Baseball, where he went to
Great movie.
Japan? You know what happened? The coach was too fast with pulling his starter anytime he gave up a run. And then Tom Selleck went up to him and said, hey, let you guys get out of, let them work themselves out of situations. And you know what happened? They did, and it paid off. They won the championship. Tom Selleck got the girl. Everyone was happy in that movie. That's a great movie. Watch Mr. Baseball if you guys haven't already. And Stevie G, did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah, it was a great time. Thanks, Chris, for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me
guest.
on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the video.
There you go.
See you on your job.
There you go. What's your...
You can find me on Instagram, StevieG55. Hit me with a follow if you enjoyed the show.
I love how it has to process in his head, right? It's like a machine in his head. It has to like...
Dude,
it's like he's on a
it's
lag.
like a crank, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's just like...
You prepare in your
getting
mirror
there.
at night
Yeah.
for this.
You
You look in the mirror and you prepare for that, don't you?
I just have to remind myself. No, I don't prepare.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
we can tell. So- Steve Brown, what about you?
Instagram, sbrown2195 at gmail.com.
Chris, I know Chris doesn't have social media, but everyone, this is Chris's phone number. It's 267-973. And no,
Don't fucking call me. Dude. I don't have social media for a reason. I'm staying fucking silent.
all right. Well, Chris, would you want to come back on another time?
Yeah, I would come back anytime. Thank you guys for having me. Terry, you did a great job. Noah, thank you guys, man. It was fucking,
Guys,
it was
let
a
me.
blast.
I'm gonna do all this, okay?
Oh,
God.
okay.
All right, Terry.
Yeah.
What about you, dude? Where can people find you?
Hey, you can always find us over at Young Junk on the YouTube. So head to Young Junk and get yourself a spicy load of Young Junk. We
Thanks.
got great content. We're serving it up all day long.
Serving it up, and
Hot.
Noah's
spicy
out there
content.
serving up some great producing. Shout out to Noah.
There he is. Oh, jeez.
And Noah, what's the name of your show? You want to just name that real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to laugh your little vaginas off, come on down to the gag team. We'll take care of you. Don and Don.
There. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Make sure you follow us on all the socials at Think You Know Ball and also at the Muscle Geeks Podcast. And this was fun tonight. Yo, to the chat, shout out to everyone. Even 776 for making fun of us like usual. Appreciate that. And Stu, it's good to see you, man. And we'll revisit the chat next week. So hopefully, guys, Join us next week, and we'll call out all the insults that you have against us. All right, guys, have a great night. See you next week, episode 7.
See you guys.